Hey there and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about what Tesla skeptics get wrong. This is the number one thing I see with Tesla skeptics, with Tesla short sellers, and it's the same kind of reasoning, same kind of analysis again and again and again and again. It's almost it's actually incredibly predictable when you see an article about someone who's shorting Tesla, who's a negative on Tesla, and then you open it and you see their analysis. It's the exact same kind of reasoning that they use every single time. Almost not every single time, but again and again and again. So without further ado, let's get into it. So what do Tesla skeptics get wrong? Here's the number one thing I see again and again. They compare Tesla to other car manufacturing companies, other automakers directly. That's it. They compare apples to apples, Tesla versus other automakers, and they don't understand the valuation of Tesla. And to me, this is a good example of reasoning by comparison, which is what I talked about in my last video, which is, I think, a really unprofitable way to think or reason. It's much better to reason by first principles and look more deeply at the details of each company versus just comparing one company like Tesla to a whole slew of other automakers that are out there. But again, the main reasoning you see again and again and again is they say Tesla's only sold X number of cars and it's worth this much insane in valuation. Other vehicle makers like Toyota, the biggest leaders, they've sold 10 times the amount of cars or more, and they're worth a fraction of what Tesla is worth right now. But the things they don't look into and they don't consider in their analysis is they don't consider the just extreme excitement that people have about their Teslas, that product owners just love their cars more than any other car that they've had. And basically across the board, Tesla owners that I've heard, that I've talked to, that I've seen, they vow they'll never go back to another vehicle other than a Tesla. They don't consider in their analysis that electric vehicles, and Tesla is a leader, and is by far the biggest leader in electric vehicles. They don't consider that they have better safety, better performance, better ecosystem for improving over time with over-the-air updates. They don't consider the fact that climate change is real and a huge, massive force that's pushing on the world day by day, and that electric vehicles are much, much better environmentally and will only become better environmentally as the supply chains improve over time and as electricity generation shifts more to green areas, more and more towards solar. But even with current electricity generation, they're already much better environmentally. They don't consider that in their analysis either. They also don't consider that Tesla is really taking an Amazon approach and trying to capture as much of the total addressable market of electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are different fundamentally than gas vehicles, and they're going to require the infrastructure to grow that as well. So by Tesla just trying to push out their products into that market, the electrical vehicle market, which is the future of transportation, as much as possible, and they get more and more of their charging infrastructure, they're more and more of their knowledge of their products into the marketplace. That's going to have a huge effect on the future value of their company. So again, people don't consider any of these factors when they do their analysis. They just basically put up a spreadsheet and they say, or a table that shows Tesla versus other automakers, and they have some very high level numbers of their income, their revenue, and the number of cars sold, and they compare that, and then they compare that with the market cap of the companies and say, this makes no sense, I'm short Tesla. That's kind of their entire reasoning in a nutshell. And this video is actually kind of inspired by a famous short seller named Michael Burry, who's obviously actually a very smart guy, and he became famous from the movie The Big Short, where it kind of documented his role in the 2008 financial crisis, and that he accurately predicted that crisis and shorted it and made a lot of money from doing this. But now he just tweeted the other day that some of his analysis on Tesla and why he's short Tesla stock. So I'm going to bring up a picture of his tweet. And he says, so Elon Musk, yes, I'm short Tesla, but some free advice for a good guy. Seriously, issue 25 to 50% of your shares at the current ridiculous price. That's not dilution. You'll be submitting for permanent and untold optionality. And of course, his table, as I've been saying, is exactly like every other Tesla skeptic, Tesla short seller, what their kind of analysis entails is just a list of a bunch of automobile companies, all internal combustion engine companies, their total revenue, their market cap, and their earnings. And of course, Tesla, in comparison, has much smaller revenue, much smaller earnings, but much higher market cap. And it's actually really sad to me because what enabled him to see the housing market crash and predict that was coming was really digging into the details of the financial framework of the US at that time. But now he's short Tesla, and he's not digging into any details. He's really just doing it, at least from his tweet. He's doing it on a very high level comparison analysis with no details considered. So it's very opposite to what he did to predict the 2008 housing crash. So it's just sad to see that someone do that kind of, in my mind, very basic analysis and short-sighted analysis. And overall, the last thing that I see and the biggest thing that I see that Tesla skeptics and Tesla short sellers don't include in their analysis is the fact that Tesla is really going to make, I think, most of their profits from software. See, I think Tesla will sell most of their cars at a very slight profit, or even right at cost, right at that line, right around there going forward, just to consume as much of the market as possible and to push out their EV infrastructure throughout the world as rapidly as possible. And then from there, they're going to make actually most of their money on software revenue. Namely, that's going to be full self-driving software. When you first buy a vehicle, they could have a very large fee right up front to get full self-driving software, which people are paying up to $10,000 US for that in the United States. And then of course, if they do achieve level 5 full self-driving and it's regulator approved, which I think they will, and if you look at a number of my other videos, I really think they will. I've made more detailed arguments for that. But if they do that, then of course they could take a large chunk of the per kilometer or per mile revenue that robotaxis make. And this is going to fundamentally change the way we interact in the world, the way our world is, and is going to just make them extremely profitable company. Absolutely nothing like a current car company is today. So there's really, to me, in my mind, it's insane to compare them to a Ford, for example, or a Toyota or Volkswagen or any other traditional automaker that's out there today. And there's a lot of other examples from recent decades and of companies that have been very misunderstood by analysts and the market as a whole. If you look back to the 80s, people thinking that Apple is only a PC maker. In the 90s, people think Amazon is only an online bookstore. In the 2010s, it's Google. It's just a search engine. It's all it can really be and do. And then people even thought, what's the value in that in a search engine? In the 2010s, in the 10s, it's Netflix is only a DVD rental company. Big deal. DVD rentals, great. And now, of course, it's Tesla is only an automaker. And again, this is the point I'm trying to hammer home, that this is such a predictable analysis by many people that are short the stock or many people that are skeptics of the stock. So those are some of my thoughts on the number one thing I see Tesla skeptics get wrong about the stock. What do you guys think of this video? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're wondering why I even have a paper bag on my head, I have a video link in the description to another video I did on why I have a paper bag on my head. If you got value out of this video, I encourage you hit that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, hit that thumbs up, smash the like button, as they say. I appreciate you guys watching my channel and supporting me as I grow this channel and help you become a better investor, help myself become a better investor, help us all become better investors. The reason I started this channel, even to begin with, was to share a lot about the investing knowledge that I've gained over the last 12 years or so. And I just know that many people, you guys out there, many people are interested in finance and improving their personal finance, but are really not sure where to start, or really not taught that in school. So I hope this channel can be a help to you and to help to others improve their personal finance and learn how to take steps to become a better investor. And I just love investing so much because I see our personal capital and money in general, it really is sort of a way of allocating labor. And it's sort of the most upstream, fundamental way we can improve our lives and improve the effectiveness, I guess, of how our labor is utilized, is if our money is invested well, and we do that with some good steps and good thinking behind it. So that's what this channel is all about. If all that appeals to you, if you're liking that, and if you enjoyed this video, then please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed and you're enjoying this channel and you enjoyed this video, please share this video with others, with somebody else, with people in your social media circle. I really appreciate that as well. So thank you again so much for watching. Have a great day.